Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Car Mechanic Simulator today with a challenge. I am going to be, well, trying to build a engine, but I'm going to be building it entirely from parts that I can scavenge from the junkyard. I'm going to try, hopefully, get away with buying no parts. There's a couple of bits I'm not quite sure how they're going to work, but we're going to try and, yeah, build an entirely junker engine. Now, I did initially set out and started recording this video before I realised you can't actually mount an engine completely on its own on the crane. You can't go to the junkyard, get an engine block, and just mount it on the crane itself. A little bit of an oversight and a little bit of a pain in the arse, quite frankly. So I'm having to do this a little bit differently. What I did is I went and bought a vehicle. I've got the, well, essentially the Ford pickup truck, the F100 or whatever it's called on here. Smith, there we go, Smith 1500. And from this, I ripped out the engine and got rid of it all. Just chucked away the entire engine from this. So we've got essentially all of the running gear on this. We've got a vehicle, enough of a vehicle here to drive once we have built the engine, which over here I've got the block from the inline 6B. It's apparently not, it was sat on the mounting stand absolutely fine when I left it. Apparently it's now not. Let's just go ahead and try and re-put that. Oh, no, it's buggered. Okay, well, that's a good start. This was supposed to have been fixed, and it was, to be perfectly fair, was working fine when I left it, so I don't know why that's now twisted and broken. Either way, don't worry about that. So yeah, we got the trucks from the junkyard, and when I was around in the junkyard, I got all sorts of guff from various missions. Go away. I need to get rid of all of this crap, because I'm going to fill up my inventory management is going to be quite the deal with this, because there is so much stuff that I'm having. I'm going to need. Well, we're basically looking for things that say i6B on them. Oh, no, I don't want to sell that. We need that. They're the stuff that is important. I have got collected from the place some generic i6 stuff, because I'm not sure whether bits might be interchangeable. There are some times that that things are interchangeable. I don't know if we're going to need ignition coil, what we're going to need, and things like the camshaft bearing caps and so on, or camshaft caps, sorry, they can again be interchangeable onto different. I have all sorts of various guff apparently in here. Spark plugs and there we go, crankshaft from i6B, ignition things. We've got flywheel from somewhere. Like spark plugs are go in all of the different engines, fine. I don't know if we need an i6B or just a general i6 one for those. We'll need crankshaft plates. No, it's going to be a terrible engine, don't get me wrong. This is not going to be a good engine, so to speak, but can it work? I don't know if we need clip B or clip A's or quite what we need for any of those. We'll need a special distributor. Don't know how many rollers we need. Don't know if that oil filter is going to work or not. We have got a couple of like specific bits for the i6B. I can't remember. I've got clutch plate or whatever, but we need a release bearing. I'm going to try and build as much of the engine as I can. I will need a gearbox, which might be a little bit of a pain in the arse to try and find. I think I need a specific alternator, if I remember. That's a V6 thing. We're not going to need those. We will need pistons. We need a specific air filter. I don't know how many spark plugs I've picked up, so we'll just get another one while we are here. Yeah, there's all sorts of various bits and pieces that I need to... that will be needed for various vehicles at some point. I might get around to using them. I don't actually know what the T-Series engine is. I've seen it around about the place, but I don't actually know what it comes from. There's a camshaft that we need. Yeah, I'm kind of just going to see how many bits and pieces we have for the engine. There's a couple of bits going around. I don't know if we need that. Well, again, we'll just grab everything. Cam gear from the right thing. Get that. More pistons. Many pistons, in fact. And there's some filters and whatnot. Right. That'll do for now. This is just a very, very quick check to see what we've got. Okay, so the oil filter will work as just a general i6 one. Ah, damn it, that distributor does. I don't think the performance parts work. We do have a thermostat, apparently. The performance parts, yeah, apparently don't get applied to this. Camshaft can go in, and I do have the crankshaft. It's helpful. All that stuff there is from one trip, I think, to the junkyard. There might be some stuff left over from other journeys, so I can't guarantee it's all from one. But mostly from one trip to the junkyard. Okay. Yeah, damn it, piston rings. The piston rings were the things that I feared I might have to buy, because I'm not sure we can find those. Apparently I don't have I thought I picked up a flywheel. Maybe I didn't pick up a flywheel. Do I have a flywheel in my inventory? I know I have some in the storehouse. Oh crap, we've got some weird... Inventory is broken slightly. I'm not sure the storehouse is the best, most reliable thing in the world, I'm going to be honest with you. It does seem to do... Well, it's supposedly fixed. It does still seem to break pictures and so on of stuff. Oopsie. Hey, come back. I want to work on the engine. There we go. Right. Mount the flywheel. Okay, so we do have a flywheel. I think we have enough to make up a clutch here. We can go in there. So we have got the full... we don't have a clutch... There is one in the workhouse. Either way, we're going to need... We are going to have to buy piston rings. I will... Actually, no. I'll tell you what. I won't go buy piston rings straight away. We'll go and have another search for the junkyard. In all of my time searching the junkyard, I haven't come across piston rings. However, I'm going to have a look and, yeah, see what we find. So, we are back to my favourite of the place. I've just noticed there's a truck right ahead of us. That's all the bits and pieces that we need, but I'm not going to be allowed to just buy the truck outright. It's a little bit cheaty. So, we are on the hunt. We're on the hunt for piston rings, just in case we do want those. I believe I already have got the ignition wires. Although, again, if I see anything that says I6B, I'm just going to grab it in case I've A, misplaced something, or B, something gets duplicated or broken. It's just a general safe way of doing things with all of this. Now, thankfully, don't have to worry about any of the running gear for the vehicle. Actually, I will have to check on that sentence, because while I think the vehicle comes with... I needed that. Do I need a pump pulley? Or it might be a different one. I'm going to grab it anyway. So it might be a specific one for the i6B, but I will grab it anyway. You don't have to worry about the running gear unless there happens to be... I'm not sure if I have an engine head for it or not, so we'll grab one there, because most of the vehicle will be already made. It is possible that it is missing a couple of bits and pieces, but yeah, we'll check that. If it's any of the like non-engine related parts, I will buy them from the shop, because that's not really what this challenge is about, not at all. Cap I6. Let's grab that. We might need another piston. I have just had a horrible thought that these pistons with conrods, with the fancy ignition distributor essentially not working where it should potentially. A little concerned that the special pistons, which you mostly find out in the junkyard... I needed that bugger. Glad we found one of those. So I got excited by finding Arm A, because they're going to be a pain in the arse, because they're the very, very specific bits that we need. We have already got the camshaft in the engine. We have got a cam gear. I've completely and utterly lost my train of thought where we were going. Yeah, special pistons. If we have to find all normal pistons and all normal spark plugs, it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the arse than I initially expected. Not much that I can really do there. I guess we might as well get that ignition distributor cap as well, just in case the other one's wrong. Yeah, I don't... Well, you're not really quite... I'm not really quite sure, because I've not done this before, which is currently searching for anything that might possibly work. In the hope... It's just the hope of... There's going to be one bit. I don't know what bit it might end up being. I have a sneaky I was going to say it's going to be Arm A or Arm B, but no, we have found both of them. This has been a very successful day so far. This has been a very successful trip to the to the junkyard. Now, if you want to make crazy money on this game, once you unlock the junkyard, your best bet is to literally go through the junkyard, by every single part you can. Just empty out all of these vehicles and repair those that you can. If you can't repair them, it doesn't matter. Just sell it all. You'll make huge amounts of money. It is, yeah, I say a very easy way. It's a fairly straightforward way of making a huge amount of money. The bigger problem I have on this game is not the money. The money side of things isn't so much of a problem. The bigger thing is the XP. Trying to get to level 35 is where you unlock the ability to repair body parts, and that's quite important. fact, that's very important, repairing the body frame, sorry, I should say. I believe it is the level 35. And I'm quite a long way off, and the piss-easy jobs that I've been tending to do are starting to run out. The game keeps wanting me to do the harder, much more time-consuming jobs. It's the whole taking forever to get through to some of the later stages of this game. It's a little bit of a pain in the arse. I could cheat. There are various mods, essentially, that you can cheat your way through the game if you so wish. I'm just hoping that at some point, I don't particularly want to cheat, that they will rebalance, if you like, the XP and so on for all of this, or rebalance where stuff is unlocked, because the body frame thing is still something that's kind of annoying me at the moment. It makes the whole restoration a little bit less fun. Oh, you can get the i3 gets a turbo. That's exciting for whenever the i3 is released properly. It might be coming... the time I am recording this, the i3 currently isn't... As far as I'm aware, there isn't a car that the i3 works with. You can't really work on it, but there is a patch coming out later today that's supposed to add some more engines, and I think the i3 is one of them that may finally be making an appearance. I don't know if I've ever been around this corner. I am still finding new parts of the junkyard to search through. Not that it's necessarily going to have any more bits and pieces that I particularly want. I mean, as far as we're looking through here, I haven't seen a piston ring anywhere. We're finding pistons as a whole, but they don't come with a piston ring, which suggests to me that it's probably not going to happen. We're probably going to have to buy... that. I guess I could have saved the ones from the engine that I pulled out and kind of cheatily used those, but then it would have been, ooh, power steering pump. That's what we like. We are excited over power steering pumps, just finding the right one. If I'd been doing this sensibly, I would have gone for an i4 engine. A reason being is that like the most generic of i4 engines would have had the most kind of transferable parts, would have been the simpler way of probably doing things. That's a nice looking carburetor, but not that we've got any use for it at all. Yeah, would have had the most transferable parts. In the end, I decided to work on an engine that's different, though, to the ones that I've worked on previously, which is why we're on this i6B, because I don't think I've had it in a video. I've played much Car Mechanic Simulator off camera, as I probably have, well, much more off camera than I have played on camera. And trying to remember what I haven't filmed is not always the easiest of bits to do, which is grabbing all of these stuff. Yeah, I'm fairly confident that we can say piston rings can't be found here. It's a shame that we can't, like when we find the piston with Conrod, that none of them actually come with the piston rings. So not very many cars in the junkyard this time around. There's only 2 I think we've seen so far. I guess there might be more hiding somewhere, but we needed a distributor. I hope that's a standard one that will fit in the bloody gap. We also, one of the other things that might be a real bugger to find, an air filter. Well, we find plenty of air filters. We find plenty of ooh, is this a... I think it's a special one that we have for our car, rather than just a one-carb air filter. I think it's an i6B air filter. But I will grab that anyway, just in case it isn't. We find lots of W12 bits, like the rear muffler and so on, for the I assume, Bentley that will appear at some point in the nearish future for this game. Oh, there's another Arm A. Let's grab that. Well, while we're at it, we got power steering. Yeah, we've got the power steering pump. I think it's the water pump we don't have. There's going to be a real pain in the arse. Oh, look at that standard tyre in very, very good condition. Mercedes bits of engine. Let's grab a spark plug while we're here. Starter motor? I don't know if we have a specific one or not. I can't remember, so I'll grab a starter motor. I might have one hanging around already. It's a water pump for an i6. We'll grab it again just in case it's transferable. I can't even remember. Trying to remember what bits I have and haven't got. If I end up getting the same bits like 3 or 4 times, I'd rather get 3 copies of the same part, because I can't remember, than leave something and not have it when I need it. I'm fairly sure I do have both the manifolds for it from the first trip. There's so many parts in here to go through. It's not as... that's going to be the arsehole bit. I forgot about those. There's so many bits to go through. It's not so surprising that you will come across the various bits that you need, like the specific parts. What it is going to be a nightmare to find is the rocker arms and the push rods, because we need 12 of each. And if we get 1 per trip, it's going to be a bloody long... a long amount of backwards and forwards goings to here, because you will find them. It's not like you can't find them in the junkyards. It's just I don't know if it's like percentage chance of finding them, or whether it's you can find any part in here, but there's, you know, thousands of parts in the game, that the percentage chance of finding the bit that you want, the pain in the arse, basically. And, oh, we found the fuel rail for the W12. Should be working. If I could have worked on a like specific engine, I would have worked on the W12 or one of the Mercedes engines just to try and build one up. I think that might potentially be why they're not letting us build engines straight from the off, because they've already got parts in here for cars that aren't technically in the game as of yet. There really are no vehicles around. This is if I'd come in here to try and find a car to work on, I'd be very, very disappointed, because there is 2. Yeah, that's it. There are 2 vehicles. I wonder if because I've been coming here so many bloody times that the game is punishing me by giving less and less vehicles each time you head here. I don't know. It might just be random luck of the draw. Right, back to the workshop we go. Okay, we are back and going to go and buy a bunch of piston rings first. It's a shame that this is going to be the only slightly cheaty bit that I have to do of this. There's no real way around it. In all of my trips to the Junkyard, I have never seen piston rings show up. None showed up that time around, so I'm going to say that they might not be in the Junkyard. So let's go and ooh, we have got the crankshaft in because it's letting me put in pistons, so it should be good to do. So I don't know what it is with the trying to get the pistons selected. It's a real pain in the arse. Some engines seem to be better than others. Right, okay, so we can get. Okay, we've got 4 pistons. I think we can only put in the normal ones because I'm fairly sure we do have a couple of higher performance ones. This is really not a happy engine. Don't know whether that's going to work. Also, people are saying that C is crouch. You never used to be able to crouch in the game. I don't think you can lock it down crouched, though, which is a little bit of a pain. Yeah, initially, I don't think you could crouch. So, again, it's probably something that's been added or fixed or whatever. That is a terrible condition piston. Let's hope that we don't explode it. So we need 2 more pistons. We should now have a distributor. We do. We have a rotor. No, we don't have a rotor, because all of the ones we have are bloody special ones. God damn it. Do we have a water pump? No. We have a power steering pump, though. We do have a cam gear. I know that much. We have got a cam gear for this. We should have a timing chain. We've got 2 timing chains. Brilliant. Arm A can go on the side. It's, and then we've got the power steering pump. We have got that. It's not looking too bad for only a couple of trips to the... I say it's not looking too bad. I mean, it looks terrible, but it might actually get built. Do we have a crankshaft pulley? Is that just a... Oh, okay, that is a V8 crankshaft pulley. Typically, I go buy the bloody i6 crankshaft pulley. I think... Oh, maybe I haven't got a crankshaft pulley for an i6. But there we go. Alternator. No, so we need a special alternator for it. We need 2 more pistons. We need a normal rotor. Now, let's have a look. Do we have any... we do have some of these. I've got one in fairly decent condition from the many the many searchings around. We do only need generic rod caps. I've only got 1 of the buggers at the moment. So we've got 1 piston in decent condition. We've got halfway through with the crankshaft bearing cap, so we'll need another 2 of those. We have got a clutch pressure. Oh, maybe we've got a bloody upgraded one or something stupid, don't we? Okay, engine is coming along, so we know to look out for a crankshaft pulley V8. Now we just need water pump and alternator, a couple more pistons, distributor, and a whole bunch more on the bearing fronts. It's going to be a fairly tough scavenge. I mean, I know we've got a bunch of the air filter stuff from the carburetor, the cylinder head, and all of that is okay. So it's going to be doable. It's going to be doable. I'm going to head back to the junkyard. We're going to see what else. We'll jump ahead. I'll take a couple of trips and we'll see what bits we can get. Well, after another trip to the junkyard, I think I can safely say the sticking point with all of this is going to be, I feel, the valve, the push rods. Oh, I got one of these was a working piston. Bugger. The push rods and the rocker arms are going to be an absolute nightmare. We have got that rotor though will work. We need an i6. This is a generic i6 distributor cap. Fantastic news. We've got that working at least. I don't think we have one of those yet. That shouldn't be too bad to find. I did also get the water pump for the i6B. A little bit more success. We should have a water pump pulley somewhere. There we go. That's what I like. The crankshaft pulley is, I say a little bit of a bugger. I don't think that shouldn't be too bad to find. I think I got a couple more. There we go. A couple more rod caps. Yeah, this stuff here probably won't be too difficult. I say too difficult. The advantage of working, of course, on an i6 rather than a V8. It's tempting, of course, to get a V8. But an i6 is simply just less cylinders, less need for pistons and various bearing caps and so on. I also figured as well, while, yeah, the push rods and the rocker arms are going to be a bit of a pain to come across with this engine, it's also a relatively simple engine in other ways, so I was hoping that we might need less parts in some different departments. But, well, that's a start. Our junker engine is on the way, at least. It's actually not too bad for a total of about 3 trips to the junkyard. For a fairly specialised engine, I would say that that is not doing too badly. Unfortunately, it is, for whatever reason, it was sat on the engine stand fine. It's got twisted, which is a little bit of a weird thing to work on, but there we go. Well, yeah, our junker engine is taking shape. I am going to be curious to see how it's going to perform. I haven't driven the pickup truck yet, so how it's going to perform when it is all done. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.